America, we gotta get back to doing what's expected of us as free citizens in this democracy. That means being tolerant, being respectful, staying informed, and being engaged. I'm former Congressman Joe Walsh. Follow me here and join the millions of Americans who are renewing their social contract with each other. The social contract, it's on us. The private residence of Trump's former national security advisor was raided early this morning. The FBI conducted a raid this morning of John Bolton's office. His home. A raid. Early this morning, the FBI, local law enforcement, descended upon John Bolton's home. John Bolton, Trump's former national security advisor, a very outspoken Trump critic. And this morning, Trump sicked the FBI on one of his very outspoken public critics. Thanks, Keith. Search for what? Didn't say. Kash Patel put out a tweet right before the raid, something about no one, thanks Keith, no one's above the law. FBI agents are on a mission. Cryptic tweet by Kash Patel. Clearly, Kash Patel, under orders from Donald Trump, approved this raid of John Bolton's home. You know, I think when they write the story of this era in America, man, the lead's going to be when they write about what happened in America during these Trump years. No matter what America looks like in 10 years or 20 years or 50 years, no matter whether America even exists in 10 years, 20 years, or 50 years, when they write the story of this era, they'll lead with, they'll point a finger at the American people who were just too busy, too preoccupied, too distracted, too important, too concerned about the price of eggs, too worried about immigrants in this country. The American people, they'll say, man, they were into how much money they were making, how well their retirement account was doing, that family vacation they were saving money for. They were too damn busy raising the kids to think about fascism, to worry about fascism. Oh no, my God, Joe. How much money am I going to make next year? That vacation, that big old vacation I want us to go on. Got a plan for that. That truck I want to buy. Got to get my kid into that school. I don't have time. Way too many Americans said, I don't have time, Joe, to worry about fascism. I don't have time to even think about what you mean by fascism, Joe. I can't worry about stuff like that, man. I got a life to live. And did you see how expensive tomatoes were, Joe? That's the shit I need to think about, Joe. I got no time, Joe, to worry about democracy dying. I got no time to worry about the president using the FBI and the Justice Department to go after his political enemies. Joe, I got no time for that. Joe, Trump threatening colleges and universities, that doesn't impact me, Joe. My kids are little, man, and I'm kicking ass. I just started this new job and I'm making a ton of money. Joe, I have no time to worry about Donald Trump suppressing his political opponents. I don't have time to worry about Donald Trump exceeding the powers of his office and acting like a dictator, Joe. Man, I'm just trying to get by. I'm just trying to get by day to day, Joe. Don't got fucking time to worry about things like democracy and the Constitution and fascism. And I'm not quite sure, Joe, I even know what you mean by fascism. When they write books about this era, first and foremost, they'll point a finger at the American people. And they'll point a finger at Trump supporters, who used to be my former supporters, who before Trump railed about tyranny, who before Trump supporters now, my former supporters before Trump, when Barack Obama even so much as looked at his pen or looked at his phone to enact some executive order. Oh my God, Trump supporters back in the day went fucking ballistic, screaming about the overreach of executive power. They'll write about these Trump supporters now who get down on their fucking knees every day and embrace a fascist. Embrace the very tyrant they thought Obama might be. They'll write about, right, all those big Second Amendment dudes. Historians will write about you back in the day with me, man, right? Second Amendment, man, it's there. My right to keep and bear, baby. My right to protect me and my own against government tyranny. My final line of protection against government tyranny. And now all of these big Second Amendment dudes, I'm afraid of government tyranny dudes, they now embrace the tyrant. Yeah, they'll write about Trump supporters, but mostly they're going to write about the way too many Americans who were just way too damn busy to worry about, think about, concern themselves about something called fascism, something called tyranny. And history will write that fascism didn't tiptoe up on America, didn't sneak up on America. America wasn't sleeping. Fascism, man, planted itself with a big boom. Americans just didn't want to look. They looked the other way. They got themselves distracted. They thought about other things. Fascism is here right now. There is a fascist in the White House right now. The current American president is a fascist. And he didn't sneak up on us. He didn't tiptoe. Trump can't tiptoe. He fucking said, this is what I'm going to do. We elected him, and now he's doing it. Now he's going after his political enemies. Now he's suppressing the opposition. Now he is acting like a dictator. Now he is going after individual liberty. He is going after individual freedom. He is shutting down private businesses. He is grabbing, inserting the government, big government, into the private sector. He is spreading a far right ultra-nationalist ideology. He's going after minorities. He's going after brown and black people. He's doing it. He's centralizing government power like we've never in America ever seen it centralized. He's doing it. By the book, by definition, Donald Trump is a fascist. This morning was just the latest. He went after one of his most public opponents, political opponents. John Bolton, his former national security advisor. John Bolton, who even no matter what you think of John Bolton this morning, John Bolton tweets out either right at the beginning of the raid or during the raid, criticizing Trump's policy on Ukraine and Putin. Donald Trump sent the FBI to Bolton's home, suppressing his political opposition. And look, John Bolton's not going to be convicted of any crimes. There are no crimes. This is all about sending the message. This is all about Trump spreading fear and intimidation like any fascist would do. This is all about normalizing fascism. Just like the military on our troops, the glorification of the military on our streets. Normalizing that in DC. Trump wants that like any good dictator would. Trump wants the American people to be normalized by the sight of our military on our streets against American citizens. Same thing here. We're going to see more of what happened to Bolton this morning. We're going to see this. We're going to see the FBI and the Justice Department on a regular basis. Yeah, by the way, my friends, if you for one moment think that the FBI and the Justice Department are now independent at all, they are under the thumb of the fascist in the White House. But we're going to see the Justice Department, the FBI now on a regular basis going after the fascist political enemies to send a message, to intimidate, to censor, to silence. No. Fascism. And again, it slays me because I do a lot of foreign media. And whenever I'm on with the foreign media, they ask me, is fascism coming? Is authoritarianism coming to America? And my answer is always sweet and clean. It's here. It's here. It's not coming. It's not creeping up on us. It's not sneaking up on us. It's here. And the American people, way too many of us, just didn't care. The American people, all of us, should be forced, talk about fascism, to study this weekend what fascism is. What fascism is. I mean, what does this sound like? America right now, pull yourself right now out of your job. Pull yourself out of right now the vacation you're on, what you're going to do this weekend, what you're going to do tonight, where you're going to go for dinner tonight, what you're going to drink tonight, what the kids have to do tomorrow morning, getting them ready for school and all of that. All important shit. I get it. But pull yourself out of all of that right now and listen to what I'm about to say right now and tell me what this sounds like. A far right, ultra nationalist ideology. That's Trump. That's Trumpism. That's MAGA. An authoritarian, dictatorial leader. That's Donald Trump. That's Trump right now. Doing things, having powers that an American president should never, but has never had, primarily because Congress, that most important branch of government, doesn't exist right now. There is no Congress right now. There is no legislative branch right now. As I've said dozens of times, this is what America looks like without a legislative branch. And Trump just runs roughshod over the courts. By last count, about 32 or 33% of court rulings that have gone against Donald Trump, he has ignored or disobeyed. Centralized government. Strong control, exerting a strong control over the economy, trying to dominate the private sector. What does that sound like right now? Donald Trump threatening and going after colleges and universities, threatening and going after law firms, threatening and going after media companies, private media companies, threatening and going after technology companies, inserting the government into what he did with Intel, inserting the government and giving the government pieces of private companies. The right and MAGA rail about Zoran Mamdani, the socialist running for mayor of New York City. He ain't no socialist. He ain't Trump. But Donald Trump is using the powers of his office to exert power and control over the private sector more than Zoran Mamdani could ever dream of doing. What is that? The suppression of his opposition. Donald Trump has an enemies list. The list consists of his most public, outspoken, articulate, and persuasive political enemies. Trump has that list. And Trump is using the Justice Department and the FBI and who knows what other government agencies to go after his political opponents. This whole thing with Bolton this morning, it's just to intimidate Bolton, to try to shut up John Bolton. It's not the first time he's done this. For a few months now, he's been going after, look what he does. He doesn't just use the Justice Department and the FBI. He gets on Twitter, he gets on Truth Social, he calls for private individuals to be fired. What is that? That's fascism. Could you imagine how fucking pissed off any Trump supporter would be if Barack Obama back in the day had used his public voice, his government office, had gone on Twitter or Truth Social or any social media platform and demanded that private individuals were fired. Could you imagine how ballistic Trump supporters would have been if Barack Obama, when he was president, put out a tweet saying that Sean Hannity, damn it, needs to be fired. The head of this other company, man, he needs to be fired. The president of the United States every fucking day calls for private individuals to be harassed, calls for private individuals to be threatened, calls for private individuals to be fired, calls for private companies to get in line or I'll come after you. Hey, law firms, you better fucking do what I say or I'll come after you. Pay up. Hey, Harvard, Hey, Brown, hey, you universities, you better pay up or I'm coming after you. I'm going to cut you off. What is that? And do you care? You were too busy to care, my fellow Americans. It's a great summer. And you took the family on a 2-3 week vacation this summer. Gorgeous beach somewhere. You didn't have time to think about this shit. I got time, Joe, to think about how the market's doing and think about how much money I'm making. I don't have time to think about whether the president of the United States uses the powers of his office to go after private individuals or private companies. Joe, come on. I just, man, I only got so much bandwidth. Militarism, a really key feature of fascism, is the glorification of the military, is the dictator, the tyrant, the fascist, using the military to intimidate and go after the citizens, the citizenry. Oh my God, right? Look what we're seeing, right? Los Angeles a month and a half ago, DC right now. What American city is next? What American city is next? What American city, in which American city will the fascists in the White House send American troops to next, right? Joe, man, doesn't that shit happen, man? Crime matters, Joe, right? I mean, so we're sending a few Marines. We sent a few Marines to LA, man. Joe, what's the harm? DC and then Chicago next and then New York City next. Joe, the glorification of the military, using the military against the citizenry. Man, what does this sound like? America's in decline. America sucks right now. Too many brown and black people in this country right now. Too many non-Christians in this country right now. Got to go after them. We got to shut down all these student visas. We can't have Muslim students coming to America, man, to study in our colleges and universities. We got to get these brown and black people off of our streets. America, Joe, is in decline, man. We're not what we used to be. Man, things were so much better in 1954, Joe. We got to get that back. We need to make America great again. What does that sound like? A key aspect of fascism. One of the fascists' leaders' most effective tools is we are a nation in decline. America ain't what it used to be. And you know whose fault it is? It's the fault of those Haitian migrants who are eating cats and dogs. It's the fault of those brown farm workers, those Mexican day laborers, transgenders, Muslims. So we got to go after them, Joe, to make America great again, Joe. To make America that Christian theocracy, Joe, that it was in the 50s, that white Christian place, Joe, that we were in the 50s. And if you think I'm exaggerating, I'm not. I've had so many Trump supporters over the last 7-8 years tell me exactly that. Joe, we got to get back to 1954, man. America was great then. We were mostly a white Christian country then. We knew right from wrong, Joe, man. Men married women, Joe, and women married men, Joe, and there were two genders, Joe. And you could say Merry Christmas and not get thrown in jail, Joe. Got to get there again. Got to make America great again. Hell, the Speaker of the House talks about making America a Christian theocracy. And what are we seeing right now? What is the fascist in the White House doing right now? Going after brown and black people, going after Muslims, man, denying student visas to anybody of color, to anybody who's not white and Christian, disappearing brown and black people off of our streets, brown and black people who don't have criminal records, much less a violent criminal record, who've been in this country for years, taking advantage of rightly a broken fucking immigration system that our politicians and big business created. But we gotta blame. Who are we gonna blame, Joe, for this country in decline? This is what every Hitler, this is what every great fascist leader does. Gotta point the finger at someone to blame. It's brown and black people, Joe. It's immigrants, Joe. It's migrants, Joe. Did you hear they're eating cats and dogs, Joe? It's Muslims, Joe. And that's what he's doing right now. Every single day. But Joe, says my 39-year-old white businessman living in the suburbs, former supporter of mine, who voted for Trump. Not because I love him, Joe, he told me. Not because I love him, man. Democrats are wacky, Joe. But, man, I got to look, Joe, I just live a simple life in the suburbs, man. I work my ass off every day. I make a good dollar. Man, I just want to keep that going. I want to get back to that, Joe. I don't want to worry about all this other stuff, Joe, you told me. And besides, now, disappearing brown and black people off of the streets, that doesn't impact me, Joe, says my 39-year-old white businessman, former supporter, living in a suburb, raising a family of 2-3 kids. Attacks democracy. Fascism attacks democracy, attacks liberalism, pluralism, individual liberty and equality every single day. And when you look at what Trump is doing, and when you listen to what Trump says, every day it is an attack. Every day he uses his platform, he uses government agencies to go after these democratic principles, pluralism. Man, we're all in this thing together, even though we're all different. We all accept that we're all different and we're tolerant of our differences. Donald Trump, fascism, does not abide by that, cannot accept that. He's erasing history. He wants to get rid of slavery. He wants to rewrite history. My God, he's revising what we put out in our museums. No mention of him as being impeached. Suppressing the truth, erasing history, what all good fascists do. It's not a big deal in the grand scheme of things. He went after John Bolton this morning, a raid on his home, his private residence. But I was banned from TikTok just 3 days ago. Permanently banned from TikTok 3 days ago. Without any explanation. None. We've appealed. We've emailed. We've simply sought an explanation. Give me a cause. What did I do? What did I say? We'll rectify it. We'll fix it. Nothing. Joe Walsh, you've been permanently banned from TikTok. No explanation. I have no doubt this is Donald Trump trying to silence one of his outspoken political opponents. I mean, TikTok right now exists right now because of Trump. Against the law, remember he's a fascist, against the law, against a law that Congress passed, Donald Trump is keeping TikTok alive. TikTok owes its very life right now to Donald Trump. So I have no fucking doubt that Donald Trump gave TikTok a list and said, shut these 11, 12, 59 people up. Shut Joe Walsh up. Ban him. The very week that Trump's White House, against the law, launches their own TikTok account. Suppression of his political opposition. It's what a fascist has to do. And it's going on every single day in this country. And so this morning we wake up and one of Trump's political enemies had his home raided by the FBI. And most of America this morning, because it's a Friday and it's in the middle of August, back to school, that last week or two of vacation, Labor Day's in a week, man, can't focus on fascism right now. Hey, Joe, maybe after Labor Day, I'll think about fascism. I'll think about what Trump is doing right now, shutting up his enemies, using government power, acting like a king, a dictator, the very thing our founding fathers feared. Hey, Joe, maybe after Labor Day, I'll concern myself with that stuff. I don't got time now, Joe. I don't got time now, Joe, to worry about you being banned from TikTok and Trump doing that. Don't got time, Joe. No. Fascism is here. Hey, America, it's August 22nd in the year 2025. We do not have a president in the White House. We have a tyrant. We have a fascist who is using the government to go after the private sector, to go after his enemies. He is taking over the entire federal government, and Congress doesn't exist. And when they look back, future Americans, on this time right now, all you American people who were too damn busy to care about this stuff, too damn busy to care about fascism, they're going to point a finger at you rightly. Shame on you. Shame on you. Wake the hell up. Subscribe to my Substack. There it is, socialcontractwithjoewalsh.substack.com. Everything I do, say, think, write is there on Substack to help keep me going. I would just love it if you subscribed. It would be awesome if you subscribe to keep this voice. How about this? How about this as a sales pitch? To keep this voice out here that Donald Trump is trying to shut up. Donald Trump got me banned from TikTok this week, permanently banned from TikTok. Maybe he'll be able to do the same thing next week on Facebook and then Twitter. Who knows what? To help keep this voice out there, the single biggest thing you can do is go to my Substack and subscribe. It would be most appreciated. Social Contract with JoeWalsh.substack.com. Shoot me an email if you want to shoot me an email about anything. thesocialcontractwithjoewalsh@gmail.com. That's all one word, thesocialcontractwithjoewalsh@gmail.com. Have a good weekend. Be brave.
Thank you for listening. Remember to listen, share, and follow The Social Contract with Joe Walsh on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and everywhere great podcasts are found. And be sure to leave a 5-star review. This has been The Social Contract with Joe Walsh.